For me, goal planning is pure excitement. When you have a goal and you set that for yourself, it makes you wake up with a sense of urgency, with a desire to put your feet on the ground and get to work, to stay organized and to hold yourself accountable to the goals that you set for you. My friend, John Maxwell, says goals are the fuel and the furnace of achievement. If you don't know where you are going, you'll end up someplace else. I'm Brittany Posey, and I'm a small town girl from the east coast of Florida. Saltwater runs in my veins, and I come from a big, loud Italian family. I'm a fire wife married to my high school sweetheart, and we have been together for 20 years. How? I do not know. I'm a girl mom times two. We have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old. And in the past year, we fulfilled a dream and became foster parents to a little boy. Thank you, Monat. Our faith is at the center of our family values. And I am also a Maxwell PhD graduate and a proud Monat director. There are 3 reasons why I'm here today to share you my masterclass on goal planning with you. They are because I was, I am, and I am going to be. I started my Monat business 5 years ago. In every goal, I was you. I was scared, I was nervous, I was overwhelmed, I was excited, I was hungry, and I had a desire to do this business and to help other people. I am because in the past 5 years of my Monat journey, I have accomplished so many goals. I have impacted so many people's lives through my yes, and I'm thriving in this business. And I'm also going to be. That's the beautiful thing about this opportunity, because you always have goals and you always have things you want to achieve, and you will always have more people that you will want to impact. When you have goals, there is always a going to be. I am teaching this masterclass because you are, you will, and you are going to be, and it all begins with having a goal. I love goal planning because I believe it is the secret sauce for success in this business. No matter where you are in your Monat business, your goal planning is important because it will be what takes you and your team from here to there, from point A to point B. When you have a goal and you cast your vision on the future, your future growth, your future wins, it brings out a side of you which you did not know you had. It's one of the biggest gifts in this business. Goal planning has the ability to enhance growth. You start to unlock qualities and potentials that you didn't even know existed within yourself. It is so fulfilling to see that, not only in you, but to see it in other people you get to work with. We have an opportunity every day to be better and to do better. This is what makes me always want to set goals in such a healthy way, to see the opportunity for what it is and the growth. It unlocks the things within you that you didn't know were there. And it helps you become the strongest, most adaptable, goal-driven version of yourself. When people break through, that's when people truly become unstoppable. Because with each goal achieved, people start seeing the true transition, not only in their leadership to themselves, but also the leadership that they have on other people. To give other people, to inspire other people, to let them see the bigger picture and cast that vision. That's what this business can bring to everyone. As a team leader, goals are even more exciting because when you see other people set a goal, you get the honor to be a part of helping them believe that they are capable of achieving their goal. To see people rise up to their full potential is the joy of goal planning. Seeing their grit, seeing the desire, and then seeing the hard work unfold is beyond rewarding. Whether you are setting a goal for yourself or if you're leading people and you're goal setting for your team, embrace the excitement, embrace what is to come. Embrace the entire vision of what you are casting, what you are going after, and who you're linking arms with in order for it to all play out and for every single person to win. The most important thing I want you to know today is knowing that you are here for a reason with a purpose, and that your yes has so much power and it matters. No matter if your yes was yesterday or many years ago like mine, your yes matters. You said yes for a reason, and your yes is probably one of the most important things that you could have ever said. Not just because of what it may have brought to you and for you, but for the incredible impact that your yes can have on other people's lives. You are here on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose, so do not waste it. 5 years ago, when I said yes to Monat, I was a dental hygienist. I had no desire or any type of training or knowledge on this industry at all. All I knew is that I was saying yes because I wanted to change something for my family. I said yes because I wanted a different situation. I said yes because I wanted to get out of the circumstances that I was in, and I wanted to be present for my children and for my family all the time. That is why I went in and understood what I needed to do, and I set goals for myself, one right after another, to change my circumstance. It started with my yes. From that yes, my why grew and became bigger and bigger as I continued to grow and evolve through this business. In the business, we often talk about the why as the core of everything we do, but there are actually two other very important components which are important connectors to your why, which makes everything work. These connectors are your yes and your heart. It begins with the yes, which is connected by the heart, and that connects your why. This is the trifecta that creates action for yourself and ultimately for others in this business. And it all works together. It works in a perfect synergy. You need to know your trifecta because it will be the core of your goal planning. When it comes to goal planning, your yes needs to be aligned with your heart, because when your why and your heart are on the same wavelength, your goal becomes clear, tangible, and worth fighting for. Your yes is powerful, and it goes beyond the yes you said on that day. As an entrepreneur, yes is the most powerful word you have to say, and you get to say yes every single day. Yes is the difference to moving your business and your dreams forward daily. By saying yes to making that call, yes to being present for your team, yes to welcoming that new MP or VIP, yes is action. Yes is your most powerful word. It is also powerful because when someone says yes to you, they are entrusting you with their heart and their why. That very first step to goal planning is know your yes. We just talked about the power of your yes. I want you to go on a journey with me right now, wherever you are watching from. I want you to totally connect with your feelings and understand that we all said yes. One thing which connects all of us here is that we started with a yes. Think about that moment that you said yes. Go back to it. For some of you, it may have been years ago. For some of you, it may have been just yesterday. Whenever it was, I want you to think back. Think back to that moment. Where were you? Who were you with? What were you feeling? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you scared? What were you wearing? Was it cold out? Was it hot? Where did you say yes? And most importantly, why did you say yes? Because in that moment, you had a reason to say yes. So visualize that. Connect back to that person at that specific moment. Feel it with everything inside of you. And then I want you to visualize your potential in this business without any roadblocks, without any naysayers, and without any setbacks. Now, I want you to visualize yourself showing up in your full potential. What does that look like? Who do you look like? What are you doing? Are you speaking on stage? Are you doing a training? Who do you look like visualizing yourself at your full potential? And then I want you to visualize all your success that will come from this business. Visualize it, see it. What does it look like? Is it earning your Cadillac? Is it being able to pay off debt? Is it being able to sign your kids up for extracurricular activities without having to check your bank account? Is it being able to give more? What does your success from this business and from your yes look like? Where do you see yourself? I'm huge on visualization because I feel like so many times we see it for others, but we don't necessarily see it for ourselves. Goal planning is not just something that you wake up and say, I wish one day I will be a director with Monat. Goal planning is the exact tool that you actually have to use every single day to fill the gap of where you are now and where you are headed. Map out your desires of your heart. Remember your trifecta. It's all connected. Write out your personal goals, your financial goals, your goals. What ranks do you want to hit in the company? What trips do you want to earn? How many blocks do you want to build? Write it all out. Whatever it may be, it brews excitement inside. You cannot get to where you are going if you don't have a clear destination in mind. Trust me, I know. Once you create your goals, give it a visual map. This is important. Seeing your goals visually is everything in this business. When you have a map in front of you and you can pull that out and utilize it to keep you on track, it makes the process of obtaining your goals so much easier, and it builds a fire within your soul. I'm a big visual person. I like to map out my own personal goals or goals for my team visually. One way to create your visual roadmap is using sticky notes, and I have them here because they are amazing. Sticky notes have been huge for our team. We used to call the team sticky notes because we utilize them so much, and they helped everybody have a clear vision of where we wanted to go and how we were going to obtain it. Use sticky notes to map out a block. You can use sticky notes for that next trip you're working for your monthly goals, for your weekly goals, or even your daily goals. Use them for everything. Put them on your mirror so you can see it all the time. Seeing it daily is key, and you have to see a goal to know what you're working for. Another way to write it out on your goals is a bubble graph. This one is my favorite. I use a bubble graph all the time, but both of these things help me take my visualization of where I want to go with my goals and actually put them down on paper so that I can see where I'm going and to hold myself accountable. Also, be able to remind myself of where I've started and how far I have come. So which one are you? Are you going to be team sticky notes or team bubble graph? And I want you to think of your goals for what you want, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, or that big end of the year goal. What do you want in 2023? Write your big goal at the top of your sticky note or your bubble graph and get to work. Now, let's talk about the daily stepping stones to your big goal. These stepping stones are what I like to call micro goals. Micro goals are everything. They're the stepping stones of action that you are going to take to achieve success. Micro goals are essential ingredient, so to say, with goal planning. The biggest thing that I think micro goals do for myself and what I try to portray to my team is that when you look at a goal, and a big goal at that, sometimes you can start to get overwhelmed. You start getting sweaty, you start letting fear in, you start disbelieving that you are qualified or even capable of doing it. And you get so overwhelmed, you almost become paralyzed. I know this because I've been there, and I'm speaking from experience. Micro goals drastically help reduce the overwhelming feeling, and they will keep you on task. It's not the big goal that will make you successful in this business. It's what you do daily, every single day to get it. You have to show up no matter what and work on your goal. No matter how big, no matter how small, you have to do the do every single day. Now, I want you to map it all out, and I want you to break it down by the simple things that we have to do day in and day out of this business to promote, to grow, to learn, to rank up, to earn that car, and to earn that trip. Whether you are new or you are in Smart Start period, setting goals for your team or running for a reward. The simplest way to get anywhere in Monat is block building. Block building is the key to reaching your Monat goals and having long-term success. A block is something that you can easily map out too. Let's break that down together. 1 MP for every 4 VIPs is a block. And you can do this on a sticky note or you can do it on your bubble sheet. Breaking down micro goals a little bit further, planning your micro goals includes the day-to-day things too that are going to help you stay on task and reach that goal. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot to do every single day, but it can be done. Micro goals for me in a day, to give you an example, would be I wake up at 6 a.m., which is not always easy, and I do a team-wide call with the entire team. It wakes me up and sets the tone for my entire day. That's a win for me. I'm waking up before my family wakes up, and I'm waking up before the distraction and the chaos of the day happens. I'm doing my reach outs, I have my soon-to-be list, where I'm going with my follow-ups, checking in with everybody, seeing who I reached out to, who I need to follow up with, and do I have a sale that maybe would be good for somebody? Constantly racking my brain of all of the things I need to do to be productive. Did I post a story? Did I show up on social media? Did I do my mindset? Did I do my reading? Did I listen to a podcast? There are so many little daily wins that we have to do every single day to live out our full potential. Doing the daily builds the consistency. So even though I'm not racking in 5 VIPs a day or a market partner day, that would be amazing, but that's just not the reality of this business. I'm still staying consistent. When you are completing your micro goals, you're getting closer to those soon-to-be VIPs and those soon-to-be market partners. And you're becoming 1% better every single day, which is ultimately tracking you to that big win. You have to stay on track and you have to stay organized. It may not always be easy, and you might take 10 steps back for every 1 step forward. For every 1 bubble you fill out or 1 sticky note you rip off, you might not fill in another bubble for 2 weeks. But that's okay, because each and every day you're showing up and you're working hard and you're staying consistent. Keep your blinders on and continue in spite of any of it. You showed up. You said yes, and you have a why. Use it. Always remember, goal planning is not about perfection. It's about progress. Micro goals almost matter more than the big win at the end of the journey, because they are the journey, and the journey is what grows you. If you just focus on the big goal, you will miss who you become during the process. And who you become during the process is everything. You see, the most growth and the biggest gains are in your smaller daily wins. Then once you obtain that bigger goal, because you will, that bigger win that you were after, you'll look back and you'll be able to validate and see all of the true growth that really happened. My friend John Maxwell says, if you focus on growth, you will grow and you will always hit goals. Another reason micro goals are so important and why I love setting goals through micro goals is because it creates a chance for you to see and celebrate the small wins each and every day. I love to celebrate. I literally mean celebrate. So maybe it's a treat for yourself, or you're having a celebration dinner with your family, or your sponsor. And if it's for your team, recognition is huge. Shout them out, celebrate them, call them out on team pages, text groups, social media, maybe even a small gift. When people feel seen and valued in this business, they work harder. So celebrate wins of any size. Another way goal planning helps is when you have gone off of track. A quick story I will share with you. I was running for a recent trip that we had to the Bahamas that we could earn. And in that year, the last year, 2022, was personally really tough on our family. We've lost a lot of family members and we had a lot going on. So in my mind, I had every excuse as to why I couldn't earn that trip. So my business, unfortunately, took a toll. But that's okay, because I'm goal planning to the next thing and always looking towards the future. But with that specific trip, I didn't qualify. And July 31st rolled around, which was the end of qualifications, and I had to tell my daughters, who are my why, and they are watching me, that I did not qualify. And I was beyond devastated. I was like, okay, well, there's always the next trip, right? I could always earn the next thing. But see, this trip was special because I planned to take my family to the Bahamas when I earned it. But life got in the way and it was hard and I derailed from my goals. I lost sight of it and unfortunately, I didn't earn it. It was a hard wake-up call in my business, but we all have them. But it's those moments and what you do from that devastation and that disappointment that make everything change. So when I told my oldest daughter that I didn't qualify, she is a mini me, and she said, Mom, I understand that you didn't qualify, but you could have done that. I believe in you. When she said that, I remember thinking, why did I not believe in myself? I cannot believe that I just let my why, my yes, my reason for doing this business down. So later that day, well, actually the next day on August 1st, Monat mentioned that they were extending qualifications. And I was completely shocked. My mind was blown. And in that moment, I looked at my daughter, I remembered my why, I remembered my yes, and I was going to qualify for the Bahamas. There was no stopping me at that point. And I remember setting my bubble graph up and I went to work. And I got 9 VIPs and 3 market partners to join me within the first 17 days of August. And I remembered who I was and why I was here and who was watching me. My goal plan had shifted and I was not going to succumb to disappointments anymore. I was not going to say, oh, there's the next one, there's the next one. No, I pulled out my goal tracker and I got to work. I remembered who I was and what opportunity I had in my hands. And every step, we filled out that bubble sheet and we celebrated. We celebrated as a family because we knew that it was bringing us one step closer to celebrating in the Bahamas, the most beautiful place. Thank you, Monat, for that incredible trip. Learn, pivot, and grow. Relearn, reconfigure, goal plan, and go over and over and over again. Accountability is huge in this business. I stayed accountable to what I set for myself because my why is watching me every single day. Every single day, my girls and my husband are watching to see how I plan my day, how I handle my disappointments, what time I wake up, how I structure my day, how I help to serve others on my team, and how I work towards my goals. Sometimes it just takes a person to see you, to see your hard work, and to validate that you can do this, and that will change the game for so many people. Be that person for yourself and for your team. I want you to be that person for everybody that you come in contact with in this business. Hold them accountable to their growth, to the promises that they made for themselves, and what they are capable of here in Monat. I always ask them permission as to where they want me to hold them accountable. It's healthy to know where someone's commitment level is in this business. You don't want to get too crazy. But I'll be darned if I don't hold them accountable because just like my daughters saw in me, I will always see that in them. I want them to know that they are capable and qualified to experience the goodness that this business has to offer when you work hard for it. So the next thing is share your goals for accountability. Let your leaders know. Let your sideline sisters know and let your brothers know. Let your family know. Let your upline know what it is that you're running for. What are you working towards? No matter what it is, let them know. When they know, they're able to link arms with you, build you up, encourage you, give you tips, give you training, and help you reach that end goal. Put your armor on. I always tell my team this. This is so important. I always say armor up because this industry is not for the faint of heart. Honestly, running towards any goal in any aspect of life is never going to be easy. It wasn't designed to be easy. It's going to be a roller coaster full of highs and lows and maybe even a few flips along the way. But you have to accept that. You have to adapt to it and you have to armor up. So no matter which section of that roller coaster you're on, you're ready and you're mentally prepared for whatever may come your way. It is the reason I don't like to use the term prospects. Instead, they're my soon-to-be VIPs or my soon-to-be market partners because their mindset is so powerful. That's a simple way that I armor up my mind. Our brains are powerful, and when we are not careful, they will work against us and not for us. That is something that I have learned so deeply in this business. 5 years of having to pivot, having to relearn, switch things up, walk through different seasons in this business, the ups, the downs. It is something that you can only do if you armor up your mind and control your mindset. Armor your mind and always show up with the will to win mentality. Our CEO, Ray Ardenetta, says it all the time. This business is 90% mental and 10% physical. So make sure that you armor your mind for this business, because what is between our two ears can ultimately determine what outcomes you may have, especially when you're goal planning. Mindset is crucial to grow. It is the reason I don't use the term prospects. Instead, they are my soon-to-be VIPs or my soon-to-be market partners, because our mindset is powerful. That's a simple way I armor up my mind. We don't want to sit here and have an opportunity like we do in our hands with the #1 premium hair care brand in the world, with the best compensation plan, with the best culture and community, and just wish that things would happen for us. This business is a tool, and goal planning is a tool to create success for you. Using a visual roadmap to keep you on track and accountable are the tools to help you and your team win. Most importantly, having a mindset to win every single day and to show up every single day is the most important thing that one person can have. Now that I've shared some of my goal planning tips, let's put your goal planning to action. List 3 micro goals to achieve your big goal in the box on the screen. Great job, awesome. Now that you have your stepping stones to achieve your big goal, reach out to your sponsor, your teammate, family member, and tell them your plan. Then plan a celebration, because I know you're going to have so much to celebrate.